We're about to embark on another exciting boat building season here. Are you guys ready to follow along? Come on, let's go inside. Hope you can hear me. I'm going to do a little walkthrough of the boat this morning. I'm standing right at the very back end in the stern, in the cockpit. Just moving forward through the main cabin door. As you can see, it's a terrible mess. There's not much I can do about it. There's my fancy little dash camera. I look for a cheap small computer that I can plug that into and do a live stream anytime I'm in the boat. You go down below. The lighting's not very good today, but have a look around. Starboard side, it's probably going to be like a vanity work desk. Lori wants to bring one of her sewing machines. In here, there'll be an electrical cabinet on the back of the main bulkhead. Down below, we've got a huge 12-volt DC air conditioner and a diesel heater. We'll go in underneath there, and there'll still be room for drawers in the front. The main V-berth, it's not overly large, but it will sleep two. We're going to extend this bulkhead out to about here, and take it to the deck head, and put a door in. That was the Admiral's request. As you can see, this is turned into storage right now. This will probably be next summer's project, just get all this put together. On this side, we have the area that's going to be our head. So we'll have, it'll be a wet head with a toilet, a shower, and a vanity and a sink. And the bulkhead that goes in here to there will have a sliding door in it, about here. So it will slide this way. That way it preserves the open space of the main cabin. And again, we'll have little cabinet fixtures and stuff overhead as best we can. It's not an overly large spot, but there you have it. So that's a sort of, doesn't take long to take a grand tour of a 31-foot boat, but there you have it. Morning, folks. It's a pretty brisk morning out here. It's April 25th. It's about 4 degrees Celsius, and we're going to get to work on the boat. We've tinkered around with melting metal. That's done for a little while, but we'll get back to that. That was fun. And now some time to really try and kick this into high gear. I've got to finish this cockpit off. And there's quite a few modifications that I have to make to deal with some issues that I have. And one of the issues that I have is with cameras, which are a pain in the butt. First issue I got to deal with is with this aft bulkhead. It's not fixed in place yet. It's only glued to the hull on either end. So it's got a little bit of movement in it here, and I have to get that lined up. The second issue I have is the way the deck panels are right now. They stretch from the bulkhead to the next frame, and these have to be filleted and taped. So essentially what I have to do is cut off probably 6 inches from each leading edge on the deck panels, and the same on the inboard side. Once I get it all lined up. So I'm going to draw a line on each outboard side and come across 6 inches. That will allow me to line up the bulkhead fore and aft. I know this is not the best thing to do, but I can use my line. So then now that I have my 6-inch baseline set up, I can deal with the floppy bulkhead. That's right on. That's good. So just a little wobble. It's not bad. There's a bolster on here that will probably have to come off the sill. Not bad. One of the other issues I have to deal with is shoddy joinery. I don't know. You can see it right here, but these beams aren't lined up. So what I'm going to do is mix up some thickened epoxy and glue those into place. Once I do that, that'll be it for me for the day, because it's not that warm. This beam is going to remain removable. This compartment that's under where my feet are, plural, I have more than one, will be hot water heater will sit about here, and I think the lithium batteries will go there. I will build a box for them. I'm working here in the cockpit, and what I'm doing is I've got to extend the deck out about 6 inches all along, so I'll have room to fill it and tab the bulkhead in. It goes along the sill door and along the port side bulkhead. This panel here is fixed. It will get filleted and tabbed in as well as the other side. So I've just been trimming the panels, getting them, make sure they all fit, and we'll see how it goes. Welcome folks, back here in the cockpit, and it's time to get this part of the boat all the deck plates fitted, glued down. Those that are going to be hatched I'll have to figure that out. It's time to rig the steering, rig the exhaust. There's a bulkhead that goes in aft of here. That'll have to go in and be tabbed in. Shelves put in it, etc. That will form, I guess, a lazarette or trunk hatches or whatever you want to call them. And I got to get that done before I can begin to move inside, because I have to do the same thing on the other side of the bulkhead. That's going to be a lot more work. We sort of got planned out where the furniture, chairs, fixtures, where the galleys are going to go, where the dinette's going to go, and things like that. I've got a couple of sport cameras on the go. I'll just let them run. Hopefully we'll get some footage out of it. And I'm going to try and do a lot less talking this year and a lot more work. So these are the portions of the aft deck and the cockpit that will remain permanent. So we're going to glue these into place. I decided not to use the microspheres and fiberglass reinforcement for this. It didn't work out too well. Couldn't get it thick enough that it would stick. Going back to my good old wood flower and cabosil. Don't need a whole lot for this, just to glue it in. When I glue the salon panels in, we'll backfill the space before we tab it into place. We'll just stick this first one in. I should butter the edge. Might need some persuasion. There'll be room to adjust that later. So far, so good. place for the camera. Stuck up my ass. I apologize for having my back to you all the time, but still trying to work out optimum camera angles and stuff, but I really haven't a whole lot of time to put much thought into it. I probably should. I'm trying to make things better around here for you guys, but I'm not much of a videographer, I'm sorry. We did yesterday, we glued these parts into place. I'm going to give them a little sand, clean them up. Gonna fillet them. It's really cold today, so the epoxy's not gonna set, but we'll have Lori wants to come and help do the taping, get this portion tabbed into place, move over to the port side, do that. Once that's done, we'll move into the after part and we'll work on the lazarette, get those deck plates cut and glued down and tabbed in and all that other good stuff. So just gonna pull some screws. Hey jerk, I just changed your frickin' battery. It's a good old camera. It's a GoPro Hero 2, so it's probably 10 years old at least, maybe more. Oh, for sakes. Like it's time to retire the old GoPro. One of the shots I lost yesterday was gluing this panel down, so at least you'll get to see me take the screws out of it. One of the things I wanted to show you is my handy dandy little removable deck beam. This panel, when it goes down, will be semi-permanent, but underneath will be the water heater and the back end of the batteries. Which reminds me I have to measure that, make sure two of them will fit side by side. I'll probably have to build a box around them. It goes out pretty easy. I took it out earlier, cleaned it up, gave it a little sand, made sure it fit. These will all be painted. This one's epoxy coated. But, luckily it won't have to come out, and I just got to figure a way to fasten it down. These are in there nice and solid.